before is gone with a whisper. She's cold but I like it. Her voice hits like ice. Her touch freezes mountains. I'm in for a fight. The fire disguises the devil inside her. It burns in her eyes, draws you into her light. If I could, then I would run so far away. Stuck in her gaze, can't fight it. There's no escape, I'm blinded. I'm frozen, game overs, cause he's a devil in disguise. She'll chew you up and spit you out. Don't look into her eyes. Oh, oh, oh. She'll hang you out and leave you to dry. You should have listened to me. I tried to tell you first. I was trying to make you see. She said come to the dirt. Yeah. Rumor has it she'll devour you whole. Spit out your heart and remove your soul. And I've been told this over and over again. I'm a great pretender, pretend that I don't comprehend the stories that end in tragedy. Love to lust to all our savagery, it ain't damaging me. I'm begging for mercy, hope she don't hurt me. I'm waiting for the whips and chains. This is gonna end in pain. I try to leave and then I beg to stay. It's hard to put into words, by now you've probably already heard I'm a casualty, her prey, but I'm happily her slave. If I could, then I would run so far away. Stuck in her gaze, can't fight it. There's no escape, I'm blinded. I'm frozen, game overs, cause she's a devil in disguise. She'll chew you up and spit you out. Don't look into her eyes. Oh, oh, oh. She'll hang you out and leave you to dry. You should have listened to me. I tried to tell you first. I was trying to make you see. She said come to the dirt. See, I told you not to look into her eyes. She loved you, becoming her little demise. And you laid your eyes on her, she won't you under respect. I knew it wouldn't be too long before she'd have you. They say she's untamable. Word is she'll put out the flame in you, and the candle that burns so bright before is gone with a whisper. Oh, she's a devil in disguise. Ooh, she'll chew you up and spit you out. Don't look into her eyes. Oh, oh, oh. She'll hang you out and leave you to dry. You should have listened to me. I tried to tell you first. I was trying to make you see. She said come to the dirt. So do I. Get a say in what's going on. I don't know. You got the high ground. Advantage is yours. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shoot, baby. Let the guns go. Shoot, baby. You're letting me know. Shoot, baby. You needed the sign. Shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby. Ooh, feel the tension.
attention. Enter the room, suspense in the mood by the way she's talking to me. When I'm with her, she looks right through me. What a scene, a standoff. I'm feeling like a hobbit and she's Gandalf. Swing your wand, the hairpin trigger is locked on to blow my socks off. Maybe honey, we can start it over. I'm drunk coffee, I'm hardly sober. Now I'm betting like a wanted poster. It's kinda looking like the party's over. How did it ever come to this? These words spilling from my lips. So tell me straight, shoot from the barrel. Words they travel like bows and arrows.
You're saying what's going on? I don't know. You got the high ground. Advantage is yours. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shoot, baby. Let the guns go. Shoot, baby. You're letting me know. Shoot, baby. You needed this eye. Shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby. La, la, la.
Shoot me, baby. Message mail me like a sniper. From a distance, nail me right to the core of my soul. Yeah, I'm waiting for the bomb to explode. I'm ready. Tell me everything your mind's been dreading. Let me know what you really been feeling and what direction we're heading. She said she likes the way I sing, but still wants more. She loves the vibe my rhymes can bring, but she still wants it over. I'm still not sober yet, but time to move on. This just got me thinking. She's singing my song. Is one more kiss on the lips so wrong?
You're saying what's going on? I don't know. You got the high ground. Advantage is yours. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shoot, baby. You let the guns go. Shoot, baby. You're letting me know. Shoot, baby. You needed this eye. Shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby. La da da, right before the clock strike 12. I knew the sun was high. Right across the room, she stood, that look in her eyes. Beads of sweat dripped from my face, my hands they shook with fear. Shoot, baby, was all I could hear. You're saying what's going on? I don't know. You got the high ground. Advantage is yours. Advantage is yours. So shoot, baby. You let the guns go. Shoot, baby. You're letting me know. Shoot, baby. You needed the sign. Shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby. Shoot, baby. Shoot, baby. You needed the sign. Shoot, baby. Come on, shoot, baby.
If I had $2 in my wallet, I'd spend it all on you, girl. I'd spend it all on you. If I had $2 in my wallet, I'd spend it all on you, girl. I'd spend it all on you. If I had $2 in my wallet, I'd spend it all on you, girl. I'd spend it all on you. If I had $2 in my wallet, I'd spend it all on you, girl. I'd spend it all on you. Spend it all on you. Yeah, it's true. I would travel to the moon, girl. I would even try it with the helium balloon, girl. So could you be loved? That's all I want is you, girl. Baby, we never gotta worry about a thing, no. Come and put your arms around me and just drift away, yeah, drift away to the melody. It's okay. Your loving is a whole lot of tempting. My pocket, it's a little bit of empty. It just seems so simple. I mean, you know, insult. Honey, can you let me?
Hello stream. It's a late night stream for one reason only. I wanted to play around with the electricity in Rust. I've had some good ideas and I've seen some good ideas on the internet. And I just wanted to run through it. Visualize the concepts. I think some of them are quite good. So without further ado, let's get cracking. No video tonight. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Had some difficulty in my upload speeds etc. after the storms in New South Wales. So sorry about that. What we should have here. I'm going to log on to the Justice Esports community server. All right, this is where I'm doing all my my tests, and that's interesting. How awkward. Why is that not showing up? How embarrassing. Let's just try to connect to it by the good old-fashioned IP address way. There you go. Nothing like a little back hack. Yep, pretty standard here, waiting for the program to respond. Okay, it's just going to load up for a second, but basically there are some concepts I've got. There's obviously the pretty stock standard ones that everyone's looking for. That being, your day-night solar power during the day, and then kind of flicking to battery at night. I'll demonstrate those. I've got a pretty awesome self-resetting trap-based timer that I was just playing with just before, and it seems to work quite nicely. The other one I've got here is, and it's got no use at all. It's just a visual thing, and that's a big visual. It's a set of about 12 garage doors, roller doors, and they can be set to open and close to basically, to trace the outline of a letter, so you can start to spell words, etc. in the game. So that's the other one I wanted to show you. That one took a little bit, but it's I've already got that set up, so we won't need to go in and put that all together. Here we go. It's just loading in now. Hello there, Spook. How are we doing? Which one? What champion? You'll be quite surprised at where Rust has come since the last time we crossed paths with this game. It's got an electricity update, which has started to excite some of the nerds, some of the more electrical engineers. So I've just been fiddling around with it, and also I'm going for my affiliate in Twitch, which is good. We'll just load up this game. That first load's quite a killer. It's quite a killer indeed. Patience. Appreciate it. I have the pants on. Yep, I do. I'm wearing pants. There's also been an update, Ghost, that you'll be glad to know. They've now introduced underpants and underwear. So basically, you don't have to have that full nudity sweep across the screen. And I've got it set up so that if I am indeed naked, instead of showing a naked body, you show, a gentleman in his underwear, which is perfect. It's good for the G-rated. It doesn't like slap it, right in front of you, if you know what I mean. It was quite daunting, especially when some were more endowed than others, and some used to get teased. Not saying a word there. I even had people come up to me and take pictures of my naked body, saying, "Oh my God, I've never seen one like that before." Okay, so this is the first loading screen. I had some troubles earlier tonight with my stream. It turned out that it may not have been my NBN connection after all. It could very well have been drivers on my PC or something playing up. But regardless, I did a reset on all the components, network, and also, you know, the laptop. It seemed when I did a test, I did a test from my phone. My phone seemed to connect fine and upload fine, and then my PC didn't. So process of elimination made me suspect that there was something wrong with the PC. Okay, this is about to load in. And do you find it's really that cold? And do you find it? Yes, and you can go in the snow areas there, Ghost. Okay, so here we go. We're about to load in. Yep, we're here. Okay, so first concept that I would like to show you. This is the self-resetting trapdoor base or trapdoor. So you've got a big gate, right, into your base. Let's say that entices people in. Okay, of course things would be a lot more. It'll be a lot more. Oh, look at a lot more hidden, etc. This is just a prototype, of course. And hold on a second, I just need to create something because I've realized that something actually deteriorated, which is part of this because it wasn't connected to my my main building. So let me just fix this up. So I'm just gonna set up an automatic turret to mow people down once they're triggered. So I've just got to give myself some wood and some stone, and I need a turret. One turret and a roller door. Okay, we'll build it out from here. Okay, from there we will do a triangle foundation like so. Even a little bit higher could potentially, but this is just a prototype. Okay, so what we want is that roof. We want the turret in there. I better authorize on it. Okay, so from there we want to put our garage door down. Okay, let me upgrade it to. I didn't. Don't recall doing that. Let me upgrade that to stone. Now that being connected to there will mean it will run off my TC and it won't decay next time. Okay, so what else I need to set up? Oops, building decaying. Why do you say that? Okay, of course. Okay, I need some metal frags in there. Good to have in your own server. You can assign whatever you want to these metal frags. Good. Okay. Now, what we need now is we need an automatic door, a door controller. So one of the features in Rust here, you've got door controllers. This one here. We'll give ourselves one of them, and all we do here, bring down the door controller, slap it there, close the door. We pair it to the door. Green light means it's paired. Okay, now this is a tangle and a mess, but I can attempt to explain it. I didn't make it neat, by all means. Okay, so what I need, the output from timer B, is this one here. So I get my wire tool out. So this is electricity, and I'll show you a bit more in detail when we go on to build one, but we've now got components in here that that all do different things, right? One, you know, sucking power, you know, switches, you know, splitters, converters, generators, all this kind of oh, sorry, and a pressure pad there. I forgot to mention. Okay, so what we need from here, which was missing, there's an output that needs to go from timer B. We just run the cable, doesn't have to be that neat. Up to the power in. Okay. And this is my, yep, okay, so let's test this out. Hopefully this works. So we have a, oh, you're kidding? Why is it flicking? Is that better, guys? I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I would say it's some hotkeys that I have set up that I need to get rid of. Just go through and get rid of these so it doesn't happen again. So sorry, I don't know whereabouts you got up to. Maybe it wasn't, you didn't miss that much anyway. So let's just go done. Okay, so let's just see if this is working. Okay, so we come into the main entrance. Blah blah blah. Okay, what's under that bare rug is a pressure pad. And what happens? Automatically the doors close, the garage door opens, and of course that turret, if it was on, would absolutely mow you down. Now what I'll do is I'll put in a couple of bullets just to give you, and that's right. So what happens then after a certain period of time, the garage door closes again because that guy would have already been dead, and of course the door closes. Door opens again. So I'll go through that again. So you walk in, baddie walks in. Okay, that's alright. So baddie walks into this trap base. Unsuspecting, he thinks he's going to get some loot. Everything looks okay. Okay, you can see that the door's still open. There's nothing suspect. Okay, so what's going to happen is when there's a pressure pad underneath the bear rug. Okay, when I step on that, what's going to happen is that door is going to automatically shut, right? That roller door will open, and that auto turret will start firing at that person and kill him, right? Okay, and then after a set time, once we have realized that that person would be dead, the roller door closes again. Okay, and then these doors open again for the next victim. Okay, so we do it again. Let's just watch. Dum da dum da dum. Everything's looking okay. Doors close. Automatically, roller doors comes up. That auto turret mows that person down. Oh dear, he's dead. That guy's dead. And then automatically it resets, self-resetting. So after a certain period of time, roller door will close again. Job's done. And then a couple of seconds later, garage door opens, ready for the next victim. Magic. One more time. Dum da dum da dum da dum dum. Actually, I'm just going to stick in. I'm going to deauthorize myself, stick in a couple of bullets, and just show you what. I'm not sure how I'm going to be able to do that without it. I'll give it a go. Turn off. Okay, bullets, 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 ammo. Ammo. We'll give it 5 bullets. I'm not giving it much at all. 6. Okay. Actually, I can't deauthorize myself on it because then I can't start it. I only had someone else. Doesn't matter. Okay. Might be able to do it. I don't know. Let's just see. Okay, turn on. Okay, it's on. Clear authorization list. Nah, and turn it on. I need to authorize. So that won't. I can't have it so that it kills me. But if we had someone join the server now, the Justice Esports Community Center, that's what will happen. Okay. So again, walking in here, everything looks great. Step on the pressure pad underneath here. Door comes up, gets mowed down. That gets closed so that he can't escape anyway. He's getting mowed down by the auto turret. Okay. After 20 or so seconds, right, what happens is everything resets. That roller door goes back down. The door opens again. I think that's a pretty good use of the circuits, etc. There you go. So the way it's accomplished, I have power in from a generator, but that can be from a windmill or something like that. Okay, and then we split it into a couple of different timers. Okay, so this first timer, it's a yeah, I'll go away. Hopefully it doesn't shoot me. We've got a couple of timers, right, and a memory cell, which is keeping. It's basically keeping the it's keeping record of when the pressure pad's triggered, etc., and then what state the doors are in. Okay. Easiest way to show you would be, or to explain it, would be again to recreate it. But instead, let's create some more simpler ones, and then maybe we come back to this. Right. As you can see, the timer is set. That one over there, I've set it to. Let's just check. 20 seconds. That's 20 seconds until the garage door goes down, and it's 25 seconds until the gate opens again. So that's that one. Okay, over here was a interesting design. It looks daunting, but basically for each garage door I have here, I have a controller, right, with a counter and a memory cell. And what it allows me to do is it allows me to customize the opening sequence each time to obviously simulate a different letter. So, for example, these switches here represent each one of these switches here represents each one of those garage doors. So if I want to have them open and closed, I just basically set it here, and then I click my master switch, which then activates it, and then basically sends the signals to the garage doors. So for example, if I wanted to start off by simulating the letter F, for example, I'd leave off the ones I want to keep closed, and I would turn on the ones I want to have open. So I want to have that open. I want to have that open. I want to have that open. So it should look. Give that a go. Ready? F. I close them. I want to maybe make a U. U. A C. I'm not going to go down there. Let's make it a T maybe. So I would turn off these ones. That would look like a T. There you go. So not sure of what use this really has in the game. It's more just a little bit of fun. But you could start to spell out words to the opposition, but you'd have to actually do everything backwards, because if that was facing out of your base, I guess you would have to then code, or put the commands in reverse. Thanks, Adnoms. Thanks for hosting, my friend. Okay, so again, closes down all the garage doors. Cool. And if we wanted to do let's just say we can do it'd be hard to do a D. Can we do a D? Well, D would be hard. It would look like an O. It looks like an O. So actually, let me show you what's happening. When I do that reset, that switch there is actually doing a reset across all of these different memory cells. So this is just you could say a 12-bit memory cell. Each one of these represents the garage door, and it's either going to be 0 for closed and 1 for open. It's as simple as that. So you can still see it now. Okay, good, great guys. Yeah, no, they're kind of eagerly paying attention, or at least helping me lurk, either or. But look what happens when basically if I enable roller door 1, roller door 2, roller door 3. So they're all at zeros because that's what it's currently set at. So if I reset it, and then it will basically, now we have 1, 1, and 1 representing those 3 switches up there, and therefore that basically ends up outputting to these outputs of these switches here. Obviously go to the door controllers up there to open up the door, and they remain set, so they don't just open and close. Then the remaining ones that aren't turned on over there, of course 0, right, and therefore they stay closed. That's pretty much the fundamental of this circuit. So as you can see, this up here is what they call a an AND switch. So basically, to get power out, both the inputs A and B must have power. And as you can see with the light, input A is receiving power. Input B at this stage isn't receiving power, and therefore that third light is at this stage not it's not actually sending out any signal. What you'll see though is I've got this reset happening on a 1-second timer, just because it is a reset. What you'll notice when I do flick the switch, you'll notice for a split period, right, you will see on these ones that have been activated, all 3 lights light up. Let's just see if I can do it in an angle. And that means that what's happening is for a second, it's sending out a signal out this way, which is going up and opening up those doors. You watch. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but just watch these 3 lights up here. These ones that are there, these will all go kind of all green. Let's see if I can do it from a distance. I don't know if you saw that, but that's basically what it's doing. But yes, the practical application in Rust, I've got no idea, other than just being a smart ass and just, you know, that means that's nothing there, but just, you know, making letters. So you could say, I've tried to do a K and I could really not do a K. So you kind of, I really need to have this, probably a 3x5, I think, to make it so that I can do all the letters of the alphabet, because at the moment I can't do things like a K or a D, etc. But the other practical applications potentially, if I turn these all off, let's just say you've got a base and you want to keep certain cell, let's just say it's a prison, and it's time to open up, you know, all the prison cells, because it's like, I don't know, it's exercise time. You could like literally go and say, okay, here's all the prison, the doors, they need to be opened. These ones could be the ones that need to stay closed. Maybe they are bad, you know, prisoner cells. And then you could go, okay, let's activate that. Okay, and then again, you could then have them all switch off. So you could control that, those doors around your base. So that's that application, right? Over here, I was just experimenting here with the wind power. So to give you an understanding, you need an input power in Rust to be able to do any of this magical electricity work. Atoms, for your benefit, not sure if you've played or seen Rust before, but they've recently had an update to Rust whereby it's no longer just a building and a PvP type game. There's now some electricity being brought into the game, and and all I'm doing here is demonstrating some of the applications, and it's only early use at this stage. So all I was doing is demonstrating here, just bringing in two sources of power, which is just two windmills. Looks like I'm about to crash out of my server. No. So as you can see, I'm running the output from each windmill along here into what's called a root combiner. So it combines the left, which is 98 coming from there, and 98 coming from there, giving me a total of, that's not quite right. That's right. It's 40, it'll be, yeah. So what's coming out of this one is 49, and what's coming out of that one's 49. So they've got that quite, they need to fix it up. Should say 49, 49, and then 98 is the combined power, and that's going to a little timer here. That's allowing me to see what my power output is from those windmills, and then from there, I'm taking the power out of that counter, and it's going up here, and it's starting to power all those lights. So that's pretty much what this is doing. Pretty basic. So what I want to do now is show go through three other applications for electricity, and these, I mean, this everyone should be able to follow. So let me just first away go and build a little section away from all this stuff. Okay, so let's say here. Okay, let's just build just a simple foundation to simulate a bit of a building. Let me upgrade that so it doesn't decay. Oh, sorry. So it's, yep. So let me give myself some stone. And let's upgrade these. Okay. Let's just put a little bit of a shelter, a little bit of a roof on here. What do I need? My building plan. Okay. So what we're going to do here is a night and day power. Right? So the way I'm going to do this is I've got a diagram on my computer I'm just trying to bring up. Here we go. Okay. So first thing, we want to put up our solar panels. Okay. Let me just fly so it's easier. You could, obviously in the real game, we wouldn't have this ability, but just to make it easier, we get ourselves solar panels. 2 of them. We want to have one facing east, one facing west. Okay. Yep. Okay, good. There's my east facing solar panel. And my west facing solar panel. This ensures that I've got power getting captured all times of the day, no matter what location the sun is. So I've got my 2 solar panels there. Right, get my wiring tool out. You'll be able to notice here when I get my wiring tool out, I want to get a root combiner which will combine the 2 power sources into one. You've got to come around this way and do it. It's a little bit fidgety when I'm flying. Okay, and then what I do is I take the output. I've got an output there, so electrical output from this solar panel. And I run the wire into root power 1. That didn't work. Let's not fly. It helps. Let's put in a let's do it the right way. From here, so there you go. So it's saying we're getting 20 electrical charge from this solar panel, and when we do the same for this one, because it's facing east and the sun's already on this side, we're going to get a 0 output. So the combined charge is 20, because it's basically taking the charge from this one. So the afternoon, let's call it the afternoon solar panel, and that's the morning solar panel. Okay, so that's the combination of the power we've got. Okay, that goes into a root combiner, and then we want to split it down here, which will split the electrical input or the output from there, and it will split it, and it'll split it evenly across 3. It'll split it evenly 3 ways. Let's go wire that up. Might even be able to do it from here if I can see it. No, gotta go up here. So we've got to take the output from the root combiner. Here it is, output. Just kind of put it to about there. Then we'll come down through the wall. Okay, and it's going to come into the input here of the splitter. So now what it's saying is this splitter has now got the input of 20, which is from the solar panels, and it will split it evenly across there 3 ways. So from there, what we do is we run 3 different, well, we only use 2 really. We have a branch, and we have a blocker. Blockers are blue, Branches are grey. Doesn't really matter how I have this really. Okay. So what's going to happen is one of the outputs is going to go into the power in of the branch. My cable. My power in. Okay. And then the other one is going to go into an OR switch, which we're going to put over here. Let me just get an OR switch. OR switch. So that means you've got an AND switch, you've got an OR switch, and you've got an XOR switch. So an OR is obviously just taking one or the other. One input or the other is one. So that's the OR switch there, yep. Okay. So the output of the splitter is going to the second output of the splitter. It's going into one of the inputs into the OR switch. Let's say it's input B. So at the moment, input B is lit up because it is receiving power from the solar power. So that's why it's green. Okay, and we're also getting power into the splitter here. Sorry, into the branch. Okay, so now we've done that. The next step is to get the branch, okay, and well, we actually need to get a battery source because we want to have something, we want this charging something. So let's just get me a small battery. Don't want to get a big battery. Okay. Right. So what's going to happen is the branch output. We're going to go to the battery. And this will all make sense once it's all hooked up. So the branch output, branch goes into the battery. Okay. No, it doesn't. My bad. Branch output doesn't go into the battery. Let's clear that. Branch the power output of the branch goes into the battery. The branch output goes into the pass-through of the blocker. Like that. Okay, the output of the battery goes into power in of the blocker. Right? Okay, and then the output of the blocker goes into the other input. Okay? And then basically we can take this output and run it to whatever we want to actually have powered in the base. So for argument's sake, let's just put up one light. Okay? One hanging light. Or one simple light maybe. I don't know. Items, hanging light. Okay, so we're going to run power on. So what is that doing? Currently there's currently power from the solar panels because it is still during the day. So there's power that's coming into the splitter. It's powering the splitter. Therefore, it's sending power to these two wire. One's going into this branch, right? And therefore, what's actually happening is the power from this branch is going two ways. It's going to charge the battery. As you notice, the charge left 3 minutes and 9 seconds. That's going up. So at the moment, the solar power is charging the battery as well as it's providing electricity to the light, and the battery's not going down. That's what's happening there. And to make you understand a little bit more, because there is power coming in from the solar panel, right? What's actually happening is this branch is actually powering the blocker. So it's blocking the pass-through, or it's blocking the charge from the output from the battery, because there is power coming in from the solar panel. It's blocking any output from the battery to go to the light. And therefore you'll see that the output here from the blocker is red. Right, so it's saying there is no charge going from the battery. There is charge coming from the solar panels, because that's input B, but nothing from the battery. What happens when the sun goes down? Easy. I can simulate it without it going down. I can board up solar panels, put them in a box. Can't afford it, need some more wood. So that should be blocking out. Let's have a look. Not quite. How much charge are we getting coming in there? Oh no, it could be working. There you go. So what have we got now? We've got no input coming in from the solar panel, because you can see the power in from the root combiner above is 0. Therefore, no power is actually getting through. The light's still on, but the power is coming from not the solar charge here, because that's 0. The power is coming from the battery. It's coming up there, going into here. So to give you an example, so power A is coming from the battery. If that's green, it means the battery is charging. Is powering that light. If it's green in the B, then it's basically getting powered by the solar panels. And to give you a quick example, when I take down these wooden, let's just get a gun, an AK, and some bullets. So you watch the color here. Okay, that's charging down. See, that's charging down. When I take down these, still green on the left hand side. There we go. There's the switch. We now have B being the solar panels. Not much charge, but there is charge. Oh no, it's still giving you a total of 20. Let's just take down the rest of the panels. What are we getting? 19 now. So as you see the sunset over there, you'll see the power output of the solar panels go down. So it's going from 18 and it'll drop 17, 16, 15 because less sun in the sky. There you go. So as you can understand, that'll drop down to 0. And then what will happen is during the night, that light will still not go off, but it's getting powered by the battery. When the solar power is when the sun's down, comes from the battery. When the sun's up, powered from there. So I think that's a good use of the electrical circuit. So let's, as you can see up here, it's dropping 14, 13. So I'm gonna not go through the night. I'm just gonna skip the night. But you understand that. So that's concept 1 or 2, however you want to put it. Let's go and 1 second. I'm just going to set up for the other 2 examples, okay? So just hold 1 second. What do we want to do? Well, actually there's a couple of them. We can have auto night lights. Yeah, we'll do that. These are two simple ones. So an airlock controller. So let's say, for example, you have in your base, let's do an airlock, a door airlock. Okay, just a simple, the doors up. Got to have it around the right way. Yeah, okay, so there's your airlocked door, or your airlock. Okay, so what this is, it's just upgrade that, or that. Ignore the soft side walls, etc. So what we're going to have here is there's going to be a switch, and it's going to basically have a timer there that's going to have a 10-second timer before it opens the other door. Okay, so it could be a switch, and let's just do a switch. So inside here we're just going to do a simple switch. Let's find a simple switch. Here you go, simple switch. Switch on in there. Okay, that needs obviously some power. So the input. For the time being, we may run it. Let's just give it its own power source for the time being, so not to complicate things. This is a generator, just it automatically gives you power. You don't have to worry about batteries or solar power or windmills. I could run it from there if I wanted to. But just for the argument's sake, the input of this switch, getting its power from here. I'm not going to make it very nice. Okay, so it's got input, so it's got power. Okay, the output, it's going to go to a timer, and it'll be on the outside. You know, it won't be in that airlock. Here's a timer. So the output of the switch will go nicely, I should say, into the input of the timer. Okay, and then the timer is going to be set to 10 seconds. I think you can configure it later. Okay, we get it, and then that's going to go into the door controller. So let's get another door controller. Yeah, components. Here you go. Door controller. Close the door. Pair it. So it's paired to that door. Great. So then what we do is we run the output. Into the door controller. So what that's going to do, and now I think we can set it from here. So imagine we've got, you know, we're coming into our base, and we first go into this door. Hello, try that again. We walk into here, close that door, we flick the timer. Just for security perspective, it waits 10 seconds until it allows us this door to come open. Should work. Hope I've set it for the right time. Well, why didn't that work? Oh, here we go. Set time, 10 seconds. Okay. Oh, I see. This design. I've got this around the wrong way, that's why. Okay, so what's happened there is I've misunderstood the design, right? So I'm going to change this. So the output of here, I'm going to clear this. I need a couple of different power outlets. I'm going to run this generator into the splitter, and then one of the outlets, it's going to go to power this switch, and then another one of these outlets is going to go and power the switch in there. Okay, so it's getting power. And then what happens when that flicks the switch, that goes into the timer. That's set to 10 seconds. Yep. Try this again. Whoa, that was quick. And closes after 10 seconds. So it's an automatic door opener. And it closes the door automatically. That's odd though. Not the best design. It's a very simple and ineffective actually. There's a much better way of doing this. Power in. Yeah, output to that is the door controller. Output. No, it still reckons it should be that. Makes no sense. Unless what this is for oh, okay, let's okay. Try that again, try that the way that they intended it. Okay, so that should only go into powering that. This powers. What it means is come in here. This door cannot be, this particular one cannot be opened. Well, let's just say that was this trigger, let's say this trigger can't be turned on until there's someone actually in here who's turned that down to on. Now once that's on, it activates and brings power to this one. It allows then for that door to open for 10 seconds. I don't like it. Okay, third design. Auto night lights. Let's just take, for example, we'll just use this. It's already been built. So we've got the east-west solar panel, which is fine, combining into the root combiner, which is great. Okay, going into the branch. There's a difference here. Okay, so when we don't need the splitter anymore. Oh, let's just let's take away the splitter. Okay. We want so what's going to happen? These are auto night lights. So the lights come on in the nighttime, but they don't come on in the day. I'm going to take the output out of these solar panels. That's going to go into the power end of the branch. Maybe that's all I need to do when I think about it. Let's have a look. The branch out goes into the blocker, which we've already got. Output goes into the battery. Battery goes up into battery. Output goes into the blocker power in. Yep. And then the output of the blocker goes to, okay, you can have one or many lights. Let's make some simple lights. You can run these in series. So pass through out of this light, you got input, pass through, empty, and come power in here, and then the pass through of this one can come down and power this one. So what's going to happen here? Make sure I got the right switch. It is an OR. Oh, you don't need a switch. You don't need an OR switch at all. So the blocker output doesn't go. Well, yeah, you can scrap this all together. There is no need for the OR. The blocker output goes to powering whatever device you want, or sorry, the lights. Power in. So during the day, the solar panels are obviously receiving sun, and it's actually charging the battery. As you can see that the charge left, that's going up. So it's charging the batteries, and there's no need to have the lights on in the base because it's daytime. Okay, come nighttime, those lights those lights can automatically turn on because it won't be receiving any power from the solar panels. And to demonstrate that, let's just come up here and block them out. It's directly above us, so I'll need to put a roof on them. And we might need to fly. We need some more wood. No, it's just crashed. Typical. Connect. Okay, we're back. So, what are we demonstrating here? That's right. We need to put the tops so we can block out the sun, and then should automatically lead to turning on those lights in the base. Oops. And there you go. There should be no power coming from, get my wiring tool out. Yep, no power coming from the solar panels. And so therefore, what happens is battery takes over. As you can see now, charge left is going down because there is obviously juice getting sucked out of the battery to power the lights because it's nighttime. And when daytime comes again, battery will start to charge again. I'll take my AK. There you go, a little bit of sunlight, lights turn off because it's daytime. There you go. Another interesting thing to note, currently I'm getting 34 power from my solar panels. This is all based on health of the solar panels. So we're getting 34 out. So what are we getting out of this one? 13 and 20. If I damage these solar panels, And more bullets. So 64 health. What was I getting before? This was I was getting 13. So the other one I was getting 20. Yeah, so I was getting 13. This one I was getting 20. Now I'm getting 12 because it's damaged. Bye. I need to get myself some metal frags. Okay, it's not that. Oh, it'll be probably high qual. Yep. Now I'm getting 20. So the electricity is based on the health of your solar panels. So that's an introduction to some concepts of electricity. Anyway, I can't wait to get a lot more advanced. This is just the beginning, and we're having to make these stupid contraptions simply because we're bored, because there's no real practical, no true practical use of electricity. So once they start to power things like turrets, other than the trapdoor, and actually have some real use for it, instead of then yeah. So that's it. There's the pressure pad, just by the way. You can actually change that. We can replace that and swap it out for a sensor, an IR sensor. Okay, so to do that, let's just unwire it. I'm just going to put in an IR sensor. I wonder if you can put the IR sensor. And don't want it too close to the door. Maybe, when it walks past the TC. I think you can get them quite low, to the point where, okay, so output needs to go into the in. Okay, and then the output here. That's correct. It's the trigger. Just toggle. Power out. Let's just wait for that to reset. Okay, so no pressure pad this time. Just an IR sensor. Just when I walk past the TC. Can't see any red light. is great. Ready? Wow. Door closes, locks, and this turret goes off. All because I've walked past that laser sensor, which was hidden. Could argue. That doesn't matter anymore. I can go over that many times as I want. Now that's reset, ready for the next victim. See if I can jump over it. Good. That's good. I might have landed on that. No. Oh, I'm in trouble. Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I will look to add to this collection. I'm feeling a little bit tired and worn out. Hence my voice doesn't sound, let's just say, the most I don't know. Yeah, it needs to go to sleep. So until next time, enjoy Rust, enjoy things other than Rust, and keep cool to after school. Thank you.
Proved to be fatal. She takes advantage, that impulse in me. They say she's untamable. Word is she'll put out the flame in you, and the candle that burns so bright before is gone with a whisper. She's cold, but I like it. Her voice hits like ice. Her touch freezes mountains. I'm in for a fight. The fire disguises the devil inside her. It burns in her eyes, draws you into her light. If I could, then I would run so far away. Stuck in her gaze, can't fight it. There's no escape, I'm blinded. I'm frozen, game over, cause he's a devil in disguise. She'll chew you up and spit you out. Don't look into her eyes. Oh, oh, oh. She'll hang you out and leave you to dry. You should have listened to me. I tried to tell you first. I was trying to make you see. She said come to the dirt. Yeah. Doom has a chill to value hole. Split out your heart and remove your soul. And I've been told this over and over again. I'm a great pretender, pretend that I don't comprehend the stories that end in tragedy. Love to lust to all our savagery, it ain't damaging me. I'm begging for mercy, hope she don't hurt me. I'm waiting for the whips and chains. This is gonna end in pain. I try to leave and then I beg to stay. It's hard to put into words, by now you've probably already heard. I'm a casualty, her prey, but unhappily her slave. If I could, then I would run so far away. Stuck in her gaze, can't fight it. There's no escape, I'm blinded. I'm frozen, game over, cause she's a devil in disguise. She'll chew you up and spit you